Hi friends! Today we're going to learn how to draw a very simple version of our friend Snoopy. Now today in our Zoom meeting, our classroom went on a virtual tour and got to see some of Charles Schulz's artwork and learn a little bit about Charles Schulz at his exhibit through a virtual tour, which was pretty awesome. So today we're going to learn how to draw this simple little version of our friend Snoopy. I'm going to be doing it on this easel behind me, so I hope you guys can follow along. At first, it's going to start off looking like just a bunch of shapes, and that's going to be very odd at first, but we're going to connect those shapes and it's going to turn into Snoopy. Alright, let's get started. We're going to need a couple things for this art project. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, and maybe a black marker or two. Starting with our pencil, we're going to draw our first shape. The shape we're going to draw first is going to be an oval. Now for those of you who don't know, an oval is just a very squished circle. So we're going to draw a squished circle on the page about right here. Remember, we're using our pencil at first because we're going to be erasing lines as we connect our shapes to create Snoopy. So our first shape, oval. And it's okay to go over it a little bit, just like that, until you get the shape that you want. Then our next shape is going to be a circle. This is going to be where Snoopy's belly is going to be. So we're going to go about a... Do you see this part of our hand right here? Our finger? We're going to go from knuckle to knuckle, and our circle is going to start right about here. Alright, so we're leaving some space about an inch from our oval to our circle. We're going to draw a circle. Now Snoopy has a pretty round tummy, so I like to make sure that his tummy is sticking pretty far out. I might have miscalculated by the angle that I'm at for how much that is. There we go, that's about right. Cool. Alright, now the next shape we're going to do is another circle. That's going to be going down here, and it's going to be one of Snoopy's feet. We're only going to need about a finger space in between this shape and the new shape that's down here. So we're going to draw a circle, just like that, or an oval, I mean. There's one of his feet. I know, doesn't really look like Snoopy right now, but trust me, keep hanging on, we're gonna get there. Alright, now we're gonna draw another circle, just like the one on his tummy. This one's gonna overlap, which means it's gonna go on top of this oval right here. It's gonna hug onto the side, and you're gonna draw a small circle, just like that. So it's not quite at the bottom, and it's not all the way over here. It's about halfway circle that goes halfway up, halfway on, and kind of off to the side here, all right? And then we're gonna draw another circle. This circle is gonna go right here. I see a nose starting to form. All right, now our next shape is another oval shape, just like this one, but instead of our oval being long, like this, we want our oval to be tall. So it's going to be this shape, but tall, like this. And we're going to attach these two circles right here and hang part of the circle, the oval, off his face. So it's going to be right about here. You see that oval start to shape, or his head start to take shape? We got oval, oval, circle, circle, oval, and this one's kind of an oval. It's more like a circle. It's kind of a fatter oval, but that's okay. All right, now for the fun part. We're gonna start connecting our lines. So it's important when we're connecting that we remember that Snoopy is a very round figure. So we don't want to just draw straight lines on him, right? So for his neck, we're gonna start off a little bit back here, closer to his ear, maybe, let's say, 2 finger spaces away from his ear. We're gonna draw a straight line down like this, okay? And then about 2 fingers that way, we're gonna draw another one, just just like that. But we don't want him to be a straight line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the top here, and we're gonna curve just at the bottom here. We're gonna connect this line and curve it just at this bottom here, so it's a smooth transition from his head, neck, to his tummy. Then we're gonna do the same up here. We're gonna round the corner, right? It's okay if we make mistakes. That's what pencils and erasers are for. And we're gonna round the corner here. Now with this Snoopy, I'm gonna drag his tummy out just a little bit longer because I want it to be a solid, fluid line going from top, curve to the bottom, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing, but down here, we're gonna have it go closer to the edge where his back is, about right here. We're gonna draw a line. Just like that. And then we're gonna take another. This time, we're gonna choose one finger, okay? About one finger, maybe your thumb. Yeah, let's do a bigger finger. We'll do our thumb space apart and get that line in there again. Now again, our Snoopy is a very round figure, so we want to make sure that those lines aren't too straight. We're rounding the corners here, and we're rounding the corners here. Rounding the corners here, and we're rounding the corners here. Beautiful. Oh, rubber chicken, I almost forgot something super important. His arm. Now this is another oval shape, but it's gonna mirror this one right here, as in it's gonna be going up and down, tall. This guy is gonna go inside his body, just like this, on the inside of his body. So we're making sure there's still a curve back here, and there's gonna be some space in between the back curve right here and the curve of his arm. And then we're gonna take our little pencil and we're gonna draw 4 circles right next to each other at the base of this oval shape right here. And now we're gonna take our pencil again and we're gonna create a shape. We're gonna draw a line here, and then we're gonna kind of make almost like a smiley face. So when we're drawing a smiley face, it kind of looks like this, right? The curve at the bottom with the straight line on top. But we're gonna make sure that the line on top is slightly curved as well. And we're making kind of like a smiley face down here, right at this top where his leg is starting to meet. This is our friend's tail. Just like that. All right, you guys are doing an awesome job. We're almost done with our pencil, and then we're gonna move on to the pen, and that's when we really start to see our Snoopy take shape. So down here at the bottom, we're gonna be focused on this oval shape right here. We're gonna draw 3 circles. These circles are gonna start, the first one's gonna start a little bit outside the tip right here. So the oval's gonna come here, and the circle's gonna go just a little bit on the outside of it. Overlapping these circles with a little space in between. We're gonna bring these 3 circles down just like that, okay? Now what we're gonna do next is we're gonna bring this line that we've dragged and curved, and we're gonna meet it to the top of this circle right here. So we're gonna drag that line down over here and give a little curve to it. And then we're gonna circle around here. We're gonna follow this line here. But ignoring the rest of the circle, we're gonna start this circle again, okay? So we're drawing thicker lines. We're drawing half circles right there. So you can see I darkened this part right here. We're gonna do the same thing for this circle right here. We're just darkening the front part right here, and then we're gonna connect the back of the foot to the very end of this half circle right here that we just darkened. So we're gonna curve it around and meet it right there. There we go. We're starting to see his foot take shape, with his arm, with his hand, his ear. I see his nose starting to take shape. We're doing such a good job. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a parallel line. That means we're gonna have this line right here is gonna have another line matching it right here. I'm gonna draw that line going down. Okay, but remember, Snoopy doesn't like straight lines. He's a curvy character. So we're gonna make sure it curves, boop, just like that, and curves, boop, just like that, but not connecting to this foot just yet. Then we're gonna take our pencil and we're gonna draw another circle here and another circle here. And we're gonna take our pencil and connect those two lines from the top of the toe. Half circle time. This time we only have two because his other toe, it's hiding. All right, we got his big old feet in. Now we're gonna go up and we're gonna focus on his head again, okay? So the top of his head, it's not quite shaped like this. Almost there, but not quite. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take from our oval where our ear is, we're gonna start to draw a thicker line, tracing along the top of our circle that my goodness. The top of our circle that we created, just like that. And then we're gonna kind of make like a little curve, whoop, just like that, okay? But we're gonna go a little bit below this bump of a curve here. We're gonna curve it down and then come in and meet back up here and round it out, okay? So we're gonna curve, whoop, just like that, and then meet right about 2 inches down, right back. To the top of that nose. Very nice. Then we're gonna circle around this one again, making sure we've defined our nose. And we're gonna draw a line from the bottom of our nose to the top of the neck, following along that line, making sure it's a little bit darker. Just like that. And then we're gonna draw a line from the back of the neck right here, right until we meet our ear right here. Very cool. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our line or our pencil and we're gonna follow along, we're gonna trace along the ear, just like this, but we're not gonna go too far in, just a little bit. We're gonna start the circle maybe about a little tiny, not even a pinky's width away, all right? And then we're gonna follow our line all the way down and stop about halfway where the bottom of this circle is right here. So we're gonna follow that line all the way down, just like that. Darkening that line that goes right here. Very, very good. All right. We're gonna take our pencil again and we're gonna follow along the line of his belly, connecting the top of his neck to the bottom of his foot down here, making sure his belly's nice and round and sticking out. And then we're gonna take our pencil and we're gonna do the hand now. So we have our 4 circles that are down here, but we're like we did with the toes, we're not gonna outline the full circle. We're only gonna do half the circle. And we're only gonna do about half the cylinder here too. So we're gonna start up so we can have a little bit of a shoulder. So a little bit higher up here, but we're only gonna meet till about here. We're having this cylinder be an open cylinder. So we'll erase that part. I'm just gonna draw those lines darker on the side. And then we're gonna focus right here on our little fingers. So we have our 4 circles next to each other. We're gonna ignore the fact that they're circles and just focus on this outer line that's right here. It's gonna go bump, 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 just like that. Very good. Now we're gonna draw another little circle, or oval rather, inside the ear here, just kind of making a little bit more shapes. And another circle, rubber chicken, oval, right here. This is his eyeball. And we're gonna draw an eyebrow, just a line across, starting from here, we're gonna draw another line, but it's gonna go up just a little bit more. Just like that. And then we're gonna meet. It's kind of like a long, stretched out triangle. All right. Now, if you don't have a pen, you could skip this part or a black marker. But this is what's gonna really show us what our Snoopy looks like, okay? So I'm going with a thicker marker or a thicker pen, and I'm gonna follow along all of those darker lines that I traced out before. Remember, this one's starting right here at the base. Just tracing along the lines, keeping the curve, focusing on the curved lines that we decided to put and not the straight ones. Curving it and attaching them with smooth, single movements. Instead of like a sketchy movement, we're working with a smooth line. You can go over the lines again if you want to make them thicker, or give them more shape. My hand's a little shaky right now. I think it might be the angle that I'm at so you guys can see my canvas or my paper, but if it's not super straight or the lines aren't super clean, don't worry, it is okay. Everybody's art is interpreted completely differently, which is wonderful. I'm gonna color in his eyebrow, and I'm gonna keep going. Drawing that line, getting that curve shape in, top of the nose. I'm gonna go down to his tummy, his neck, curve down. Now the fun part about this is how you can show that you have two different legs going on right here, okay? So when we're curving down, we're gonna bring our line, right? But we're gonna move. We're gonna cut all the way across this first leg right here, okay? But you're gonna keep the pen open on this side. So you're gonna line on this side and line down the leg, so it's gonna be open right here. There's not gonna be a mark here as soon as we erase it. But this one goes into the tummy. And then the leg looks like it's behind the other leg. We're gonna trace again. Remember, we're not following the circle fully, we're doing little half circles. So curving down, starting at the top, half circle down. Starting at the top, half circle down. And then our heel meets our toe. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Follow that line. Half circle around. Half circle around. Wonderful. Our Snoopy's getting there. All right. So we're going back in with this arm here, starting at the top, making sure that this part is gonna stay open. Okay, we're gonna come back through with an eraser in just a little bit. And then we're gonna pull this line and we're gonna drag it down. And we're gonna get ready for the bumps again. Ready? Bump, 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 bump. Just like that. Good job. All right. Then we're gonna take our line and we're gonna connect our tail and outline our eyeball. And then draw a smaller oval shape inside the ear. And then what we're gonna do, I have to pause the video for this part and do it off camera because my, what is this called? Goodness, I forgot what this is called. Rubber chicken, whatever it is, whatever this thing is called that I'm holding it on, it's unstable, so it will shake. But what we're gonna do is we're basically just going to erase all of our pencil lines, okay? And then I will meet you back when I am done with this. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, I erased all of the lines, right? So now I'm gonna try and make my lines a little bit neater, okay, with the black. But you also gotta remember to fill in the nose and the eyes. So let's do that first, and then we'll clean up our work. Color in that eyeball. And then come over here, color in that ear. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if it doesn't look like Charles Schultz. Even his Snoopy changed over the years. If you guys remember from the reading that we did, Charles Schultz, his cartoons of Charlie Brown and his friends evolved over the years, and he didn't even notice they evolved so much until he had a book published, which I think is crazy cool. The artist himself didn't even see how much his characters have evolved, and I bet you they would continue to evolve to this day. Alright. Look at our little Snoopy friend. Outlining our friend. This pen is just not working in my favor right now. Pepper chicken. But that is okay. Just going back through and making sure all my lines are nice and thick. Oh, silly, silly. When I went off camera, I noticed that the angle in which I'm drawing, he looks very proportionate from the angle that I am at over here. Hello. But when I'm face on, my guy's a little lopsided, but that is okay. There you go, friends. That's our Snoopy. So cool. And you know what I would absolutely love? If you guys posted your pictures of Snoopy somehow, or sent them to Izzy, maybe Izzy's email, or if you could try and figure out how to post it on the classroom website. I would just be so excited to see you guys try and draw Snoopy and what your versions of Snoopy came out like. Maybe you added a cute little hat to your Snoopy, or maybe you added a cute little monocle to your Snoopy. Or, oh, you know what I did forget though? My Snoopy. I want my Snoopy to have a collar. But I'm gonna add a little bow tie. Because why not, right? These are our Snoopies. I want you guys to make your Snoopy special just for you, alright? I can't wait to see